Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Triple H is the current WWE's Chief Content Officer. Under his leadership, the Stamford-based promotion is now gearing up for Survivor Series War Games 2024. Amidst this, Montez Ford recently went public with his frustration over his booking in WWE. The Street Profits member expressed disappointment that his team hasn't won the tag team titles in the past 4 years, while newer teams have risen and claimed championships. Ford also noted that fans seem to forget about the Street Profits, only remembering them as a team frequently beaten down by the Bloodline. Commonly, WWE stars refrain from criticizing their booking, which is why Montez Ford could face consequences for speaking out. In this instance, Triple H might even consider taking him immediately off television as a potential form of discipline. However, this punishment is not likely to unfold, given that the company's approach has shifted significantly since the game took over as Chief Content Officer. Under Vince McMahon's regime, superstars were sometimes punished for minor reasons, but with Triple H, the environment has become less punitive. Instead, Ford's comments might prompt Triple H to reconsider the Profits booking, as he is known to take note when wrestlers voice concerns about their storyline direction. Thus, Ford's decision to speak up could lead to either positive or negative consequences. Only time will tell how WWE will handle the situation and whether the company will make changes to Montez Ford's booking as a result. The last time Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins competed on Friday Night SmackDown was October 25, 2024, when they defeated Pretty Deadly in a tag team match. The former tag team champions were absent from the Crown Jewel Premium Live event, but Triple H could improve their booking by giving them more victories similar to their last match. Securing wins against other tag teams would help Montez and Angelo build momentum and re-establish themselves as a dominant tag team. This could potentially lead to a title shot against Motor City Machine Guns for the WWE Tag Team titles. Alternatively, the game could consider moving the Street Profits to NXT or Monday Night Raw. Sending them to the developmental brand could allow WWE to reintroduce them as a stronger team before bringing them back to the main roster. If the CCO chooses to move them to Raw, it could be done via trade, giving the Street Profits a fresh start with new feuds, and even a potential title shot for the World Tag Team titles. In the world of professional wrestling, where kayfabe and real-life personas often blur, the line between personal grievances and public spectacle can be thin, especially for those in the spotlight. When WWE superstars express their frustrations, particularly when they are aired publicly and not within the controlled environment of scripted storytelling, it can be a delicate situation for the company. The storylines, rivalries, and drama are meant to unfold within the bounds of the narrative. But when a WWE superstar steps out of character and broadcasts their discontent with the company or its creative direction, it risks undermining the very essence of the product. In this particular case, if reports are true and Triple H, the WWE Chief Content Officer and one of the most powerful figures in the company, decides to take action and remove a superstar from television immediately for airing their frustrations publicly, it raises a host of questions regarding company policies, the balance between personal expression and professional conduct, and the potential repercussions for the wrestler involved. Wrestling fans are no strangers to the occasional behind-the-scenes drama in WWE. For years, stories about creative differences, contract negotiations, and wrestlers venting their displeasure have found their way into the public eye. Whether it's a superstar venting on social media, participating in a controversial interview, or going off-script during a live show, such incidents have always generated waves of speculation and discussion. Recently, a WWE superstar has made headlines for speaking out publicly about their dissatisfaction with the direction of their character, the lack of creative opportunities, or perhaps even their personal treatment by the company. Such statements are not new to the world of wrestling, but when someone of this particular superstar's caliber, someone well-established or recently elevated to a significant position on the card, expresses discontent, it has far-reaching implications. While some may view these comments as a form of cathartic honesty, Others in the industry, including WWE's management, may interpret them as a breach of professionalism. This is where Triple H, who has a long history of understanding the wrestling business both in and out of the ring, would come into play. As Chief Content Officer of WWE, Triple H has been known for his hands-on approach to shaping the company's narrative both in the ring and behind the scenes. He has a reputation for valuing loyalty, dedication, and respect for the company, all qualities that contribute to WWE's brand and business. However, he is also known for having a deep understanding of the dynamics between performers and management, having navigated many highs and lows in his own career. If Triple H were to take the step of immediately removing a superstar from TV following such an outburst, it would not be a decision taken lightly. There would likely be multiple layers to the reasoning, each reflective of his understanding of both the business side of things and the wrestler's individual circumstances. Triple H would need to balance the interests of the company, the well-being of the talent, and the broader narrative that the company wishes to maintain. A public airing of frustration, especially from a prominent talent, can damage the carefully constructed illusion of harmony within WWE. The company has long built its success on the premise that everything, from the characters to the rivalries to the backstage interactions, is part of an intricate performance. For a superstar to step outside of this narrative and make disparaging remarks about WWE or its leadership can feel like a breach of trust, not only among management, but also among the fans who have bought into the larger-than-life spectacle. Removing a superstar from TV immediately for expressing frustration publicly can be seen as both a punishment and a preventive measure. The immediate removal from TV would send a clear message not only to the superstar in question, but also to the rest of the roster that airing grievances in public can have serious consequences. This would also serve to protect the WWE brand from potential PR fallout. In terms of punishment, here are some potential steps that Triple H and WWE's management could take. Suspension without pay. The immediate suspension of a superstar could be an effective first step. Not only would it ensure that the talent is not appearing on television while the situation is addressed, but it also serves as a financial disincentive. Wrestlers rely on their TV appearances for paychecks, and a suspension without pay can be a clear reminder of the professional consequences of public dissatisfaction. A loss of creative opportunities. In a company like WWE, creative freedom and opportunities are highly coveted. By removing a superstar from TV, Triple H could effectively halt the wrestler's storyline momentum, which might result in them being taken off of any ongoing or future programming for an extended period. This would be particularly damaging for a wrestler who is in the midst of an important storyline or who has recently been featured prominently. Contractual repercussions. In more extreme cases, WWE could consider contractual penalties, including a fine or a potential clause review. If the superstar is under contract and they violated a clause related to public conduct or conduct detrimental to the company, Triple H could choose to invoke such penalties. Depending on the nature of the frustration expressed, this could lead to a renegotiation of the contract or, in the worst-case scenario, an early termination. Public apology and reconciliation. One possible course of action for the superstar to return to TV would involve a public apology. Triple H, who has experience in both character building and conflict resolution, could bring the superstar into a storyline where they acknowledge their past mistakes in airing their grievances and vow to do better moving forward. This could be an effective way to mend fences with fans and the company while also maintaining the narrative integrity of WWE's on-screen product. Character reset or redirection. WWE often uses real-life situations to fuel storylines. In this case, the frustration aired publicly could be used as the foundation for a new character arc. The superstar might return to TV after a period of absence, but with a new edge, perhaps as a reformed figure who is now more focused on their career, or who has aligned with a faction that represents their frustration with the company. This could turn a negative incident into a positive opportunity, although it would require careful handling. Triple H's decision would not only reflect his personal management style, but also the broader culture of WWE. Historically, the company has had a reputation for strict control over its performers, with the expectation that superstars toe the line both on-screen and off-screen. WWE has always placed significant emphasis on loyalty and professionalism, and public dissent, even when motivated by legitimate concerns, is often seen as a disruption to that culture. However, it is also important to note that Triple H has made strides in modernizing WWE, especially with his handling of NXT and his emphasis on talent development. He has been seen as more in tune with the evolving needs of modern wrestling stars, and he may be more open to conversations about creative control or frustrations in private, rather than through public displays. Ultimately, Triple H's response would be shaped by a combination of company policy, the severity of the frustration aired, and the superstar's track record within WWE. The decision would have wide-reaching consequences, both for the talent involved and for the company's public image. In the end, professional wrestling is a business built on the emotional connection between fans, performers, and the stories they tell. When those stories are disrupted by real-world conflicts, it is up to the powers that be, including Triple H, to decide how to preserve the illusion while also addressing the very real concerns of those who live that story.